To make this video, I wanted to talk about Maximum Black. And for those of you who follow me, you probably already know I'm not a big fan of this guy. I'm just not. I'm not a big fan of his views. I'm not a big fan of how he sees the world. Okay. I'm just not a big fan of his mindset. He's very combative and argumentative about a lot of stuff for no legitimate reason, and then he's one of these guys that has this superiority complex when it comes to women. At the same time, he's trying to preach like some sort of this version of pro-blackness or something, or black unity or whatever out of the other side of his mouth. But then he has this very sexist, chauvinistic, mindset. Now, my thing is this, and yeah, he is part of the whole gray regime group as well. Where do you get off believing that you're better than women, you're smarter than women, women should shut the fuck up and go to the back of the bus? All right, and this is how I view it. I'm very nuanced. Okay, I'm very nuanced. So I'm not like a lot of these other guys and stuff on here. You know what I mean? I'm very nuanced. I understand that we live in the 21st century. Okay, we don't live in the 20th century. We don't live in the 19th century anymore. Okay, or even the 18th century. We don't live in that era, in that time period anymore. Okay, the world has changed, and today, in this day and age, women do have the ability to own property. Okay, they do have the ability to have a career and that kind of thing. They do have the ability to go out and start business ventures and stuff like that, and be innovators and stuff in the market and stuff like that. They have the ability to go into politics and run for office and be leaders in the civilian and military world and that whole type of thing. That's the world that we live in. Okay, so when you bring this, I don't know how to describe it, this old school, not even old school, because to call it old school is disrespectful to the old school. I got a lot of respect for the old school. When you have this archaic thing, this old ancient mindset, the woman is supposed to do X, Y, and Z for you, and if she's not doing that, she needs to go to the back of the bus. First of all, nigga, what the fuck makes you a leader? Because I don't see you doing anything to put yourself in a leadership position like that. I just don't. When I look at Maximum Black, I don't see a leader. And when I look at Maximum Black, I see a follower. That's all I've ever seen him do. I've seen him follow up behind BGS, follow up behind Cerulean. Okay, whenever I see him, he's always just a guy that's kind of, how should I say it? He's usually around. He's usually, standing around in different hangouts and stuff like that. And I find out that he oftentimes defers to other people's opinions or other people's mindset instead of asserting himself. Now, if he does, he will come out with his own ideas on stuff, okay? But when others around him supersede him or supersede his point, he will acquiesce. That is not alpha behavior, dude. That's not alpha behavior. But yet he's going around, trolling around, referring to himself like he's this big alpha male, and he's this and he's that, and the women need to shut the fuck up and sit down and go to the back of the bus or whatever, that kind of stuff. That's this guy's mindset. You know what I mean? And that is a really fucked up mindset to have. That is a really fucked up mindset. He's not even an alpha himself. Dude, you sitting up there deferring to guys like BGS Idmore and Cerulean Gray. Okay? You sitting up there deferring to niggas and letting them supersede you instead of standing on your own 2 feet and holding your ground. And then I notice what you'll go. I notice what you'll do is you'll go and you'll recuperate, and you'll try to come back the next day with the same point. And then when BGS and Cerulean shoot that down, you just rinse and repeat the cycle. That's what I see you do, dude. You're not an alpha. You're not an alpha, so you're not in any position to be telling any damn body if they need to go shut the fuck up and sit down and go sit down somewhere. Nigga, are you serious? Because the only one I see shutting the fuck up and sitting down and that kind of shit is you when Cerulean Gray and BGS tell you to. Okay? You the only one I see doing that. You see what I'm saying? But see, that's the mindset that these guys have. They think that, the world owes them something. You have to earn leadership. RBR was right in his hangout when he said that, leadership is not something that you get automatically. You do have to earn it. You do have to exhibit leadership skills and a leadership ability and that whole type of thing. Because what happens with you guys is y'all get so caught up in the women and talking about feminism and stuff. Okay. You forget about your own accountability. You get so caught up in well, women are not accountable. Women don't do this. Women don't do that. But nigga, are you accountable? If you're accountable, why are you blaming feminism all the time and government policy for things that go wrong in the black community? And that's what what Maximum Black and the whole Cerulean crowd does. Okay? They blame government policy for everything that goes wrong in the black community. And, I've never subscribed to that mindset. I have never subscribed to people who subscribe to that mindset. You know what I mean? And I do not associate with people who subscribe to that mindset, because what that mindset does is it takes the onus of the responsibility off of black men and black males in general, and it puts it on the society, which is just a cop-out, because it's always easy to blame the society, because there's always things going on in society. Okay, there's always different laws being passed, different things going on in the news, different trends and different fads and stuff that are going on, And it's easy for guys like him, to sit up there and blame their own shortcomings on the society, so that they don't have to be accountable. And for instance, Maximum Black will never talk about things like black men needing to hire other black men. He won't talk about that. Instead, what he'll talk about is he'll say, well, the society incentivizes black women to go get on welfare and separate herself from the black man. And that's how he'll talk. He won't talk about. He won't have a discussion involving what black men have to do in regards to one another. He won't have that discussion. Instead, he'll do what his daddy Cerulean tell him to do. And he'll go and blame his shortcomings on some government policy or some government law somewhere that was passed. Well, this was passed in the 1970s, and that's the reason why black women don't want to sit up and sit down and go to the back of the bus like they should be doing and letting men lead. You see what I'm saying? And that's how that nigga fucking talk. Okay, who are you? Because you're not an alpha. We already went through that. You're not an alpha. You're definitely not no alpha. Okay. But who are you to be telling anyone to shut the fuck up and sit down and go do this and go, who the hell? You know what I mean? What puts you in that position? Max? Just because you was born with a dick in between your legs? Does that automatically put you in that position? Okay? Someone will shut the fuck up and sit down and go to the back of the bus. What about if a female is smarter than a dude in a certain area? Okay. What if a female has more experience than a dude in a certain area? You see what I'm saying? Are you still gonna say the same thing? Shut the fuck up and sit down and go be quiet and all that? Okay. And do you realize there's someone who would tolerate that? Okay. Someone who would tolerate being talked to like that. Alright. The only type of person that will tolerate being talked to like that is a low self-esteem individual. Or an individual who doesn't think highly of themselves. Okay, so you telling me that the only females that you want to deal with are females who have a low self-esteem, who don't think highly of themselves, okay, and have a very low vibration mindset. That's what this guy really is saying when he's talking that shit like that. Is he saying that he wants a female that's just going, has a low self-esteem, a low self-worth. And that's not someone I would even want around me. Okay? Because when you're a forward-thinking person like I am, you can't have those kind of people around you, because those type of people are the most destructive. Someone who doesn't think highly of themselves isn't gonna think highly of others around them either. If you try to partner with someone who doesn't think highly of themselves, you setting yourself up for failure, because this person, okay, isn't gonna hold up their side of the deal because they don't even have any confidence in themselves. Okay, they don't have any concept of confidence, or anything like that in themselves. Okay, so what they're going to do is they're going to project their own bad feelings that they have on themselves onto you. Okay? And they're going to make you fail because you have chose to become a partner with them. You see what I'm saying? You can't fuck with people like that. Okay? Well, that's basically what this guy is advocating. Women, shut the fuck up. Go sit down. Go do, You can't possibly be in a relationship. Do he claim he got some girlfriend he live with? I bet that chick is long gone now. Because you can't have that kind of mindset. You can't have a lower degraded mindset about your partner. You see what I'm saying? And expect that person to stick around unless that person has an extremely low self-esteem and low mindset. You see what I'm saying? Okay. But that's this guy's Maximum Black's mindset. He thinks that women are supposed to be lower than him. Okay, they're supposed to be some auxiliary role to men. They're supposed to be serving men or whatever. Okay, we don't live in that era anymore, man. We live in an era where women can be out there on the forefront just like men now. They can be business owners, politicians, okay, career women, and that whole kind of thing. That's the world that we live in. Okay? So all that shit you talk, no one is gonna sit up here and just bow their head to you for what? What the hell do you have to offer? You see what I'm saying? We don't live in those times anymore. But see, that's what guys like this, they sit up and they talk. And then what happens is when they get pushback from women, because I was watching the RBR hangout, okay, and when women like Classic Ruby or whatever, you know, that whole type of thing, stand up to him or buck up against him, he's ready to call them a feminist. And see, that's another thing. The labeling of people simply because they disagree with you. Okay? Just because somebody disagrees with you, that does not give you the right to label them. It doesn't give you the right to label them. Someone disagrees with you, you're supposed to debate that person on their points. Okay? When someone disagrees with you. Alright? My issue is this. It's that okay, what happens with guys like him is women will come in, they come into a hangout or whatever it is, and they will disagree with him. And then what Maximum Black will do is he will jump up and he will call that particular female a feminist. Because that's like the one code word, bad word that they love to use. They love to use that term, feminist. And it really doesn't mean anything. It's just a catchphrase for them to rally around. Okay, but he will jump up in that woman's face and call her a feminist, but he won't describe what feminism is. He won't talk about what it means. Okay? He won't try to lay out a basis or a groundwork. You know what I mean? For feminism and how it pertains to the conversation and how he feels that it ties in with the conversation. Okay? And then talk about why it's detrimental after he defines it. He will not do that. Instead, he will run out there on some emotional shit. And he will throw that word out there as an attack word. And that's what they do. That's what niggas like this do. No explanation, no, you know what I mean? Won't even try to sit up there, you know, and give any type of commentary or anything to back up what he's saying. He just throws the word out there, and then he expects other people to latch on to his argument and be on his side. And when that doesn't happen, he just gets angry and he gets mad. He starts wanting to whine and cry and that kind of thing. That's what he does. He's a big old crybaby. Okay, when you really look at this man supposed to be in his damn 40s, if not early 50s. And he acting like a fucking child. Okay? Acting like a damn child. Well, how do you think these women who are clearly smart, because Classic Ruby is clearly smarter than this guy. She clearly outwits this guy and is more articulate than this guy. You really think an intelligent woman like Classic Ruby is gonna go humble themselves to someone like you, Max? Like, nigga, are you serious? Nigga, are you serious? This nigga think that intelligent women are gonna go submit themselves to a fucking big old overgrown inarticulate crybaby like him. You would have to be a fool to do something like that. Only a fool would do something like that, Max. I don't think he realizes that. Okay, these guys got their heads so far up their own rectums. Okay? And they so used to the smell of their own bullshit that they don't realize that other people can smell their bullshit and see that it's bullshit and avoid it. No female in her right mind would ever submit herself to you, Maximum Black. No female with a brain in her head would submit herself to you. But then again, you did talk about how you want a woman that's docile and keep her head down and shut the fuck up and go to the back of the bus and blah, blah, blah. You did say that. So, you might not really be all that into females with brains in their head. But I digress on that. Good luck with finding a female that only has a spine and nervous system and no actual frontal cortex in her head. But yet again, I digress on that too. Okay. And the superiority complex. You're not better than anybody, dude. You're not better than anybody. Okay, you're older now, you're fat, you're out of shape. You know, these guys, they love talking about their time in the military and stuff. But dude, you washed up now, you old, you fat, you're out of shape. Okay, you're not intimidating anybody on here. You just a nigga on here that when he gets mad, he starts screaming and starts screaming and then crying and shit. Overgrown crybaby. Don't nobody want to hear no grown ass man like that crying like that. Okay, you're not better than anyone. And you know what? A lot of these women on here run circles around your ass, Max. That's why you got such a problem. They run circles around your ass. I be seeing them in these hangouts. I be watching these hangouts and stuff around. I be seeing how they run circles around you. They run circles completely around your ass, man. Okay? And you're not effective at all when it comes to refuting them or debating them. You're just not. You're too dim with it. You're not that smart. You're not that smart of a guy, Max. You be getting historical facts and stuff wrong. Saying that Cleopatra was black. Cleopatra was a Greek. Okay, at a time when the Greeks were controlling Egypt. She wasn't no black woman. Now, Hatshepsut and people like that, yeah, she was an Egyptian. So, yeah, you could say she was black. But not Cleopatra. But this dude will sit there. He thought that ancient Carthage was in Libya. He thought ancient Carthage was in Ethiopia. Ancient Carthage is in modern day Libya, not East Africa. You know, and when you try to correct him, he's stubborn. He stands knowing he's wrong. He'll still stand on shit knowing he's wrong. He'll say things like the other day he was saying evolution isn't real because it means one species turns into another species. But RBR shot him down. He said, well, it happens through mutation. But this dude, he couldn't refute it. This dude will sit and he will stand on incorrect facts. And he will defend those incorrect facts to the T. And we'll talk about that next. You always gotta look funny style at someone who will defend something to the T even though they know that they're wrong. There's something really wrong with a person like that. That is constantly saying wrong stuff and wrong statements and incorrect things. You know? But is standing by these things. You see what I'm saying? That's not a good thing. That's bad. That's not a good thing. When you sitting up there making wrong statements and stuff, I bet he thinks he's accomplishing something by doing that too. I think that might be his mindset. I think that his mindset may be that somehow or another he's accomplishing something or he's proving something by defending a fact that's wrong, that somehow he's proving his manhood to stand his ground even though he's wrong. Let me tell you something. Standing your ground even though you're wrong doesn't make you a man, Max. It just makes you an idiot. That's all it does. And people be watching you in these hangouts and stuff. You know. They be seeing what you be doing. You don't think these people ain't sitting outside the hangout and watching you and saying to themselves, you know, what an idiot this guy must be. You know, what a big idiot this dude must be. Look at this dude sitting up here arguing to the bone about shit that he's wrong on. Okay? You are trying to enter intellectual conversations, Max, with wrong facts and wrong information. But instead of reevaluating and going and sitting down and going and reading a book or a novel and getting your stuff together, you are on here defending this wrong information, making yourself look like further of an idiot. Okay? And further, that's why you can only go into certain rooms, Max. You only go in people like BGS or Cerulean or RBR. That's the only places you go. Because when you kind of go anywhere, just like I whooped your ass on Suge's panel, you and Cerulean cooked both of y'all when it came to the Gray Faulkner initiative. Cooked both y'all asses in that debate. And ran y'all niggas the fuck up out of there. To the point where both y'all left the damn hangout. And you have to urge Cerulean to leave with you. Because y'all had failed. But I notice you don't go to rooms where your mindset could be challenged because you're not a strong debater. You get flustered easily. You have bad information. You're stubborn. You believe in bad information, Max. You actually believe in bad information. You think somehow, some way, that bad information, somehow that there's some sort of value to it, somehow, or somehow, because that's the only rationalization I can come with. You think that somehow there's value to this bad information that you have. And then when other people shoot you down, they're the problem. They're the feminists. They're this. They're that. You see what I'm saying? And that whole type of thing. And yeah, I saw that debate that you had with Mr. Research. Or well, that wasn't really a debate. That was really just you acting and showing your ass and acting unprofessional. And Mr. Research refused to dignify you with it, or even continue to dignify that hangout with his presence. So he gracefully just bowed out. Okay? And like I said, and I was going to tell y'all about this, but the first time I met Maximum Black, I knew he was on some funny shit because it was in an RBR hangout, and he said that the way my voice sounds, I guess, or the way I articulate myself, he was saying that I think somehow that I'm better than other people. That's what he said. Okay, that's what he said. Saying somehow I think I'm better than other people. And look, dude, here you are, a 40 something year old nigga. Okay. 40 something goddamn years old. And you threatened by some 27-year old? I'm only 27-year old, man. I'm only 27 years old. You in your damn 40s. And I said, you would think that a dude like this, of he's supposed to have some sort of stature to him, older black man, been in the military, been around the world. You would think that after all that in his life, he would come and have some sort of at least words of guidance for me, or as a young black man. But instead, he comes out and says, "Nigga, I'm jealous of the way that you talk." Nigga, what the fuck? Told y'all about these niggas, man. Y'all know now. Y'all know why I don't really halfway fuck with a lot of these old niggas. There are some older dudes who are cool, but guys like this, hell no, man. And so I knew then that he was just on some real weird shit. And then I saw him kind of get on other panels and stuff, and continue to behave the way that he behaves, try to start shit with people, talk shit, okay? Asking people what they think about BGS, all on other people's hangouts. And that's another thing. Why are you holding these other niggas' dick in your hand? I never understood that. Even Arthur called you out on that in the RBR hangouts. You sitting up there holding another man's dick in your hand, nigga. You got Cerulean and BGS's dick all in your hand, nigga. What the hell is that about? But then again, like I said, this guy is a follower, so he probably thinks it's his life's mission to hold other men's dick in his hand at the end of the day. So maybe, just maybe, you know, maybe that's his destiny to do that. Okay? Maybe it is. Maybe it is his destiny to sit up there and hold other men's dick in his hand. Okay? But I say, even if it is his destiny to do that, it's still fucking sad. It's still fucking pathetic. Okay? I still wouldn't want to associate with any niggas that are like that, with that mindset. Okay? It's still a bad thing. It's still not a good thing. Okay? And at the end of the day, this guy has relegated himself to that. That's what he thinks of himself. He has relegated himself to being a sidekick to other niggas, y'all. Isn't that sad and pathetic? Which leads me into my next thing to talk about with this nigga. And that is this nigga's fictional technical ability, or his fictional IT ability. This nigga claims that he knows how to do all this IT stuff. And he's supposed to be some sort of computer genius, and he's supposed to know about all these different PCs and all this and that type of stuff. You know what I mean? But yet, he hasn't come out with a single one of his inventions to show what he's working on, or to try to sell it or anything like that. This nigga's just this nigga who just sits around and daydreams about shit. That's what it is. He's a nigga that sits around and daydreams about stuff. Okay? You ain't no tech guru, nigga. You ain't no tech master or anything like that, nigga. You know what I mean? You just a nigga out here talking shit. That's like all the rest of these niggas out here. Okay? yes channel, who they all think that they're tech geniuses and all that kind of shit. You know, when really half of them are just unemployed college students or unemployed um, people who used to be in the tech field but ain't really in it no more. Okay? But they sitting around talking shit. And this nigga Maximum Black be talking shit with him. And then he'll leave the BGS hangout and he'll go to other hangouts to spread that same lie and tell them that he's some sort of tech genius and all this and that. You know? He said he has some sort of way to deal with all these back doors and stuff on Google Hangouts. Well, are you gonna create your own site, Maximum Black? Because I would love to see it. Hell, if you started a GoFundMe, I might even donate to it at least one time. But if you continue on your bitch assness, I probably won't give you any more money. But I'm pretty sure other niggas would give you money. But are you working on your own site, Maximum Black? And you could be, and if you are, I give you credit for it. And until I see it, you know, I'll believe it. Otherwise, you just a nigga on here talking shit and giving your opinion, your useless opinion on stuff. Okay. This nigga think he's some tech guru or something. Like he gonna go found the next black Microsoft or something. Do you know what I mean? That's this guy's mindset. He thinks he's gonna go found a black Microsoft or something. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it, okay? Okay? But until then, you just a nigga out here talking shit, man. Word up. You know what I mean? You know. And then he be trying to act like he all down and stuff. You ain't down, Max. You ain't down, dude. You just a dude riding on these other dudes' coattails. That's all you are, Max. And he's been saying for the longest time he's gonna start a channel. Well, he has a channel, but he's been saying for the longest time he's gonna put videos up and do hangouts. This nigga ain't made nan videos yet on here. You know what I mean? He ain't made nan videos yet. But yet he's on here talking about how he's gonna make YouTube videos and how he said he was gonna do a series on what a real man is. And that kind of thing. You know what I mean? And ain't made nan video yet. Okay? But like I said, this is one of those guys, he thinks that women should be subjugated to him, but yet he has no alpha 10 tendencies. He's a fucking follower. He follows up behind other niggas. You think females find that attractive? That they see you? Even if you do got a girl, can you think your girl would find it attractive if she saw your channel? And can you go around here and follow up behind other niggas' coattails? You think she would find that attractive to see her man doing that? Do you think that would be attractive to her? I don't. I think you would have a hard time after that if she saw that, man. That's what I think. And as you can see right here on the screen, look on his fucking channel, man. He ain't got shit up on his damn channel. He ain't got a damn thing up on his damn channel. Okay, but yet he's going from hangout to hangout to hangout. You know, talking shit. Talking about he a tech genius. Talking about how he was in Gulf War and all that. Desert Storm 1 and all that mess. Okay? Let me ask you something, Max. Are you putting yourself in a position to hire other black men, to hire other black boys and get them put on and teach them skills and that kind of thing? No. Why? Because you're part of a group over there with Cerulean that's telling the black boys that you don't have nothing for them and that they should just go join the military. That's what you're doing, Max. That's a cold, hard reality about what you're doing, man. I don't even know if I should call you a man because you're such a fucking crybaby. Maybe we should just call you Baby Max. You know? It's Baby Max. Because you a big old baby. You sit up here, cry. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear a grown-ass man cry, Max. Nobody want to hear that mess. That's why niggas like Mr. Research and them can't stand your ass. Because you have the biggest bitch ass mentality. And then you'll go out here and you will antagonize other YouTubers. Then when they come at you, you go running behind under BGS and Cerulean Gray's skirt. How pathetic is that? How can anyone respect that as a man? Okay? How can anybody respect that as a man? Alright? Don't nobody have no respect for that. For a nigga, even when I go at niggas, I stand my ground and I fight them right where I am, right where I happen to be. You don't see me go run up behind no other niggas like that. I stand on my own 2 feet. But you don't do that, Max. You don't do that. You ain't never done that. You ain't never done that, Max. All you've ever done, Max, is sit up here and big up other niggas and hide under their skirts. That's all you've ever done, Max. There's females on here, Max, that are willing to stand their ground way quicker than you. And that's pathetic. It's because you're scared, Max. You fucking scared. You scared of these YouTube niggas, man. You afraid of them. And I feel if you can't take the heat, you need to get your ass up out of the kitchen. I don't know what it is you're going to end up doing. But I know you need to do something, man. Because this channel ain't really looking all that good. You said a couple of months ago how you was going to start a channel. But yet, every time you look up, what are you doing? You lounging around in the BGS hangouts. And then you be sleeping in the motherfucking hangouts. This nigga would go to a BGS hangout. Then you'll be in the you'll be listening to the hangout. And then all of a sudden, all you hear is... This nigga be snoring in the fucking hangout. Niggas be in there like, what the hell? Like, who the hell is that snoring? And then this nigga will fall asleep in the fucking hangout. And niggas damn near have to kick him off the hangout just to open up a spot for another nigga. Like, what the hell? If you get sleepy, what's wrong with just leaving a hangout, going to hell to sleep? Why you gotta sit up in there sleeping in these niggas' hangouts and shit? Nigga, what the fuck? You sleeping in the damn hangout? All you hear is some fucking snore sounds and shit. This snoring ass. Nigga, what the hell? and you're supposed to be some big tech guru and big tech genius. Why don't you find some way to edit out your snoring sounds in the damn Hangouts, nigga? If you this big tech genius and tech guru and all that, why don't you go figure that out, nigga? You know what I mean? But this dude's pathetic, man. He's pathetic. Talking about he thinks he's smarter and better than women. Nigga, you ain't smarter and better than no goddamn body. There's a whole lot of motherfuckers on here, nigga, that's way better than your ass, nigga. You don't even have no videos on your channel, nigga. What the fuck? But you talking about you smarter and better than somebody? You ain't smarter and better than no damn body, nigga. You ain't that bright. And even if you are, you don't use your intelligence because you choose to be a follower. You choose to go follow up behind other niggas. You could have some other niggas up under you. You could have some young niggas up under you, instructing them and giving them guidance, but instead you don't do that. Why? Because you're too busy up under Cerulli and Gray and BGS, and these niggas shooting your arguments and stuff down, and you don't be having nothing to say to them afterwards. Okay? They be shooting your damn arguments and stuff down, and then why you choose to surround yourself with people who are diametrically opposed to you? I don't understand that. I don't understand people who do that. You know, I don't understand people who have that mindset, who choose to surround themselves with people who are diametrically opposed to them, diametrically opposed to what they believe. Okay? What do you benefit from being around people like that? You someone that chooses to hang around people who you don't even benefit from. You know what I mean? That shows your self-esteem. You spend all your time around people who you don't even benefit from. You build up their platform and stuff, but you do nothing for yourself. You don't do anything for yourself. You see what I'm saying? And that whole type of thing. You know. Like I said, this dude, he's just a follower, man. He's just a follower. It is what it is. That's how people like him are. That's how people like him have always been. But anyways, get the likes up. Let me know what y'all think. Peace.